Hello everybody. I got quite a few requests. Our new Warriors rookie got some pretty extended playtime in the Knicks game and seems to be trending upward in Steve Kerr's playlist. I had to miss a lot of the game, so any of my reactions of surprise or appreciation or just being straight out wrong in my analysis come from the fact this is a cold viewing. This play starts off with Kuminga guarding Julius Randle, who was the Knicks' main offensive threat this game. So this is a good assignment for Kuminga. Kuminga is strong and fast, and that feels like a good matchup with Julius Randle. Okay, Randle just backing him down. But you do have to notice that when the Warriors play defense, it's not usually just leaving you on an island. So Draymond is guarding Nerlens Noel over here, but he's definitely lurking right behind Kuminga just in case Randle beats Kuminga around the corner this way. So that's probably going to force Randle to do something tricky or try to spin back towards this apparently open space. And then we also have Gary Payton II over here, who's in theory guarding this corner shooter, but he's definitely also lurking. So there's a lot of help in the paint for Kuminga. Not to take away from anything Kuminga does. Let's see how well Kuminga plays within this defensive scheme. Oh, okay, that's nice. So a little shoulder fake from Randle this way, which Kuminga does not really react to. Kuminga trusting his speed and reaction. And then Randle spins this way. Kuminga just stays with him. Nice contest. Close, but no cigar. And he comes back for the rebound. Good job. The Knicks are counterattacking fast, and I like this. Kuminga just picks up whoever's closest. And this is the new Warriors, right? So we've got the small guy, GP2, who picks up Randle, the center here, and we feel okay about that, or do we? Kuminga, the big guy, is picking up the little speedster, Emmanuel Quickley. That's the dream with Kuminga, that he can guard any position on the floor. Well, let's see if Quickley just puts on his afterburners and just goes by him. Quickley, all right, so that was respectable. So Kuminga stayed with him. It wasn't like he made a spectacular play, but it's not like Quickley said, everyone clear out, I've got a tugboat on me. Kuminga is sinking in a couple of feet here to help Jordan, because it does look like Rose might be able to just blow by him. So Kuminga is definitely discouraging that. And actually, Kuminga helps all the way in to stop the drive, which means that his man Quickley is open. Let's see how fast Kuminga can get out there to contest. All right, coming out. Oh, we can see the shot fake happening. Nice little up fake by Quickley, and Kuminga's getting in the air. I hope he doesn't land on him. Nope, open three for Quickley. Jordan Poole with the late contest. And he cans it. All right, good play by New York. I think Kuminga, maybe that was the wrong play for Kuminga to help on that drive, but it was very understandable. Like, maybe instead, in retrospect, the Warriors say, hey, let someone rotate from inside. We had Draymond and GP2 right there, our two bigs, and let them handle it. Okay, Kuminga picking up Randle, 94 feet. A little bit of communication there. He put out his arm. I think he was saying, hey, look out, because this guy is setting a screen and I might get screened. Okay, Kuminga fighting through the screen. I like this. Well, he really fought through the screen. He fought through the screen so hard he knocked Noel down. I don't think that was 100% flop because it wasn't dramatic enough. I think Kuminga just powered his way through that very large human. We'll see if that was a foul or not. Hey, no call, all right. And I like how Noel is continuing to be a screen on the floor, but Kuminga fights hard through this, and he fights so hard that he goes past Randle. Randle with a nice behind the back dribble, and Noel has set 3 screens on Kuminga this play, and it looks like he's rescreening again, and I think that we now have Randle with a little bit of runway. Draymond is guarding Noel, so he should be able to very smoothly switch on to Randle. Draymond was in super drop position with Randle, and Randle definitely, his only option was to come out here with the ball and just fire up a 3, which he is capable of doing, and we saw later in the game he definitely went nutso and hit a whole bunch of 3s. But in this case, it's early in the game and he's just stuck. This is an interesting moment for Kuminga because we have Noel cutting through the lane. So Kuminga is staying with him. That's good. He's not losing track off ball. In the meantime, Randle is driving on Draymond, and Draymond should be able to handle this. This is a pretty tricky position. Draymond is following Randle, and Kuminga is in perfect help position. He could definitely rotate to stop this drive, but then that would leave his man to come over here and possibly get a little dish off and then just dunk it. So there's this question, like, does he help Draymond or not? It's a very common pattern for this low weak side defender to rotate over. Wiggins would then have to sink in to cover Kuminga's man, and then Wiggins' man over here would be completely open, and this man thinks he's completely open. The Knicks definitely want that to happen. So I could see it both ways, but it's a definite subtle choice here for the rookie to make. Okay, and I like this choice. Kuminga just says, you're Draymond. You're Defensive Player of the Year, so go ahead and guard this guy. I'm not going to break our defense in order to help you out. And Kuminga is sort of boxing out Nerlens Noel over here. No, not really boxing him out. So that part's a little bit bad, because if he had missed, then Noel probably would have just dunked it. But that's in. Okay, Kuminga guarding Randle. Randle comes over and sets a screen. It clearly seems intended to force Kuminga to switch onto Fournier. You know, that is interesting. So I thought that switch was for Fournier to ISO Kuminga or to somehow attack Kuminga. Randle is actually choosing to ISO Wiggins instead of Kuminga. Good sign of respect for the rookie's defense. At least they're not picking on him. Maybe they're trying to see how good he is at weak side defense. GP2 is a little too forward, so they do have an attack happening here, right? Kuminga playing his part in the zone pretty reasonably. He just has to stand there and guard against this kind of drive. And now it's him and GP2. I would not want to be quickly at this moment. GP2 with a nice jump, anticipating the pass. He gets out, and then everything has reformed. There's no more advantage. And Rose just hoists up a... Wow! Alright. I thought that was pretty good defense. You get Derrick Rose taking a contested 3 on the wing. That's life. See him trying to keep an eye on man and ball. Okay, staying with Randle. He navigated that screen pretty well. He's starting to use his quickness to get around screens, which is pretty cool. This is just a little brush screen from Quickly on this handoff, but Kuminga just navigates that. 11 on the shot clock. It looks like Randle's going to ISO Kuminga. All right, pretty good. That's pretty decent defense. Didn't overreact to any of the fakes. Randle just taking a runner. It's probably a hook shot, I'm guessing, across the lane. No, he bails out of it. Okay, so that's good defense from Kuminga. Hand grenade pass to Derrick Rose. Go do something against Steph Curry. Randle did come out, which I don't think was helpful. He came out and set this little brush screen for Derrick Rose. Kuminga now feels like he's containing. So the Warriors in general play ice, which means you want to force the defender away from any screen going middle. And so Kuminga is in position to receive Rose, but he's not in position if Rose decides to dish it to Randle, who could easily pop out over here for a catch and shoot. So I wonder if GP2 is going to be alert. With this slow a shot clock, he could gamble and try to contest that pass. All right, instead, Derrick Rose just rockets by everybody. I don't think people were expecting this. He's blasting by. Can Kuminga stay with him? This play is getting pretty wild. So Andre did stunt in to try to discourage this turbo afterburner drive by Rose. Kuminga did stay with him, and Rose is bailing out. I guess he's trying to hit quickly all the way across court. Gary Payton did step in just in case Julius Randle got the pass. Is there enough time? Catch and shoot? Good defense. And I like that Kuminga is here using his athleticism to get this ball way up. If he wasn't doing that, then Rose could have contested that rebound. Okay, good sign. The rookie is communicating. Andre's coming this way, but there are 2 Knicks coming, so it's unclear who should pick up the ball handler. And Kuminga is going to signal with his hand and probably his voice saying, Andre, you have to pick up the ball, and that will leave him to guard the much bigger Robinson. There's a little flick of a little point, and Andre says, I gotcha. Okay, I don't know what's happening here. I thought Andre had this. I don't know why Kuminga's staying on this guy. Robinson just rolled through. You have no jurisdiction over me, and he could just cut to the basket and get a pass over the top. Okay, so the moment has passed. I think if that was Steph and, say, Draymond running through, the pass would have definitely been there and punished. But Kuminga says, all right, you got me, fine. And so now he's trailing this man. That was just a half second of confusion, but a really top team can punish that really easily. Steve Kerr was true to his word. He said that Kuminga should get more run, and he brought him in a tie game for the end of the third quarter. Here the Knicks are attacking him with a pick and roll screen. Kuminga is in drop position to try to contain the drive. He is containing, but Noel is rolling pretty well, and he's ahead of everybody, so Gary Payton II has to rotate to pick him up. That's good defensive rotations. GP2 left his man in the corner, which means that there's a temporary 2-on-1 in the corner. The Warriors rotate very well and diffuse the whole advantage. There's only a slight advantage left, so GP2 is rotated to the corner. Rose is trying to take advantage of the closeout and just attack, so he is going to drive nicely. GP2 is beat on this. Rose does get by him, but Kuminga very nicely rotates from the elbow to stop Rose's drive. So Rose head up now. He sees there's a 2-on-1 here. The two Knicks try to get away from each other. Unfortunately, Poole goes to follow Fournier. I think Poole is signaling with his hand saying something like, hey, I need help, but this is going to leave Burks completely open. Kuminga doesn't really have a chance because he had rotated to stop this drive. Probably in a perfect world, you want Poole to rotate to this wingman, and so that will require Rose to skip past it to Fournier, and Draymond's here, and he can rotate there, and that just gives time for everyone to recover, because then Randle would have to space, and then Wiggins could jump out. So just by taking the closest man, that would give time for the rotations to happen. So I think this is Poole's fault and not Kuminga's fault. Poole following his man there. Kuminga did fight around Rose to try to contest this. I think he does as best as you can. Wiggins being a sport and just boxing out, seeing the shot is about to go up. Good contest, but a little late. They just get lucky. This is a tricky situation. We have the Knicks force a switch. Randle is now posting up. GP2 does play like a big man, but this is a hard cover for him. And so Kuminga here has to decide, am I going to double team or not? Or am I going to just stay in help position? And if I leave Noel, what's going to happen to my man? Finally, he just steps up to go double team. This must be the scheme. GP2 is harassing. Kuminga is coming up on Randle's blind side. Randle's looking this way. Draymond clearly talking. He's pointing right at Poole saying, you've got to rotate. You've got to sink in to get Noel over here. Poole nicely comes over to try to guard Noel from doing this. When you have a double team like this, even though Kuminga isn't there yet, when you have a double team like this, someone has to be open. And for the Knicks, that's Fournier. Randle is eyeballing Fournier, and he's getting ready to throw a pass, and then Kuminga just comes right around hard, committing to this double team, and he just pops that ball out beautifully. Very nice play. Now to scramble for the ball, but Kuminga's got great position to get to this. Noel's coming over to try to save this. This is going to be a 50-50 ball. Noel actually has his hand on it right now. Kuminga has his hand on it. And it looks to me like Kuminga bounced the ball off of Noel. The ref is saying, Warrior ball. Kuminga's applauding, saying, that was a good call, my friend. So, in the end, what do we have here? Kuminga played well. When all is said and done, the Knicks tried picking on Kuminga at the beginning and found they couldn't get anywhere, and so then they started picking on other people on the Warriors, and that's about all you can ask for out of a rookie, that he's not getting picked on. He played well in the team defensive concept. There were a couple times when he was rotating slightly oddly. He caused a turnover, and in the end, he came in when the score was very close. It was tied, I think, and now it's a 7-point lead. You can't ask for more than that out of a rookie. So I'd love to keep on seeing more Kuminga. If he can stay solid on defense like this, then he can definitely play.